Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Noah Kellman, and today I want to show you some great enclosure patterns that you can use to actually get that bebop sound in your lines and really understand how to form good chromaticism around chord tones. So for those of you that don't know, right, what is a chord tone? Well, a chord tone typically refers really just to the 1, 3, 5, and 7 of a chord. I've seen, sometimes folks will include the 9 as a potential chord tone, but really 1, 3, 5, and 7 are typically what we are thinking of here. Now, many strong bebop lines are actually going to place chord tones on the strong beats. Strong beats in 4/4 are going to be 1 and 3. So let's just take a quick look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you were paying attention there, you saw that I was landing a lot of chord tones on the strong beats there. So how do we make sure that we have those good landings? Well, that's a great question. And in bebop, we use something called approach notes and enclosures. So an approach note is just a little extra note that we can use to land those chord tones where we want to. So let's say we're playing up a G Dorian scale. And we're going to a C7, right? So we're going from G minor to C7. Well, here we're landing on the 13 over that C7. What if I actually wanted to land on the G, so the 5th? So how could I do that? Well, there are some different options, right? We could do just like that. Or we could do... Okay, so some of these notes are approach notes, so check this out. F sharp, G, that F sharp is a little approach note. And if we do this, there's our little approach note down to the G, right? Now an enclosure is similar, but instead of, just chromatically moving towards a note, we can actually enclose the note. So we place some notes around that note. So we could do it like, right? So we're over the C7, we're doing 13, sharp 11, flat 6, sharp 11 to land on the G. So it doesn't really matter that these notes are super chromatic or non-diatonic, right? They're bringing us down to that G, and that is a little enclosure. So actually, that's a great pattern to start with. So we are enclosing the 5 of a chord here, and we start on the 6, and that's pattern number 1. Now, let me show you another really, really typical one. On this one, we start on the sharp 4 or sharp 11. So we're actually going to go around it, right? And then we land. And you'll hear that a lot in the context of a lick like this. Now I'm going to actually throw in a little rhythmic pattern here that is going to make this little enclosure even more idiomatic. So we're throwing in a little 16th note pattern. So that's a really, really nice and typical one. Now so far we are just working on enclosing the 5th, right? But we have other chord tones. We have the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7, right? So some of these patterns can actually transfer to the other ones. And I think I played a major 7, but obviously we're doing a C7 here. So our 7 would be a flat 7. So what if we did that same enclosure pattern around the 7? See how this is working? Now in this case, I don't love this pattern around the 1, because we have to start on a major 7. That really clashes here, right? So not every single one works here, but it probably would work over the 3. Let's see. Works for me. All right, let's take a look at some other ones on the 7. Okay. That's a good one. That's the same one that we talked about with the 5th. So this one would be more using approach notes. Check this out. And now we get into another concept here, connecting one approach note or enclosure pattern to another. And now we're getting into really kind of using these to form bebop lines around those chord tones. Now I go down to the 3, right? These are all just taking these little micro enclosure cells and combining them around the chord tones to form bebop lines. So let's come up with a full lick using these patterns all on a C7. All right, let's enclose the 5th first, and then we'll go up to the 3rd and see where we go from there. So we just did a bunch of these little patterns and created a pretty long bebop lick all over just one chord. Now, obviously, I was kind of pausing on the chord tones just to show you where I was hitting them, but it might sound a little bit more normally like this. Something like that. So I challenge you to actually work on not only learning some of these little patterns that I showed you today, but see if you can devise some of your own and then use them to formulate some licks and lines. See if you can actually work on getting those to work in real time. And I know some of this stuff can be tricky, so if you want some more help, I've got a few different places you can go. For specific exercises, you can go to jazzpianoconcepts.com/store and check out actually 20 modern bebop licks might be a good thing for you to work on. Or if you actually want to work one-on-one together, you could actually click the link below in the description and set up a quick call, which will be either with myself or one of my teammates, depending on the timing. And what we can do is just have a quick, totally free chat about your goals, about what you feel your weaknesses are and what you want to work on, and see if we can actually help point you in the right direction, or even if working together would be a good fit. All right, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the lesson, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking the little bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos just like this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support and subscribership. I will see you next time.